Okay, we take the next page, number 4, rebuilding. So these are things we're going to work on today. So when we put the stone in the wall, we put wedges, kilar. We have to put wedges in the back of the stone, so the stone is completely still. You shall not be able to move it in any way. It should be completely still. That's very important. So every stone is individually wedged in place. Then we have what we talked about yesterday. We cross the joints. One stone rests on the 2 below. That makes a stable wall. Then we have tie stones that connect the wall side with the filling inside. So that are stones that go into the filling. So they don't just go parallel with the wall. They have to also go in the wall. That connects the wall to make it a whole, helhet. Yeah. Solid wall, yeah. So everything is connected. Here we can see a tie stone that has its longest side into the wall, and that will connect with the filling to keep this stone and the stones underneath in place. Then we have other stones like over here that is longer in the wall's direction, and that's a runner. So we combine the runners and the binders to make a stable wall. And the filling is tight. That means there should be so little space in the wall as possible. When the filling is put in, you make it very careful. Every filling stone is put by hand, and it should touch the bottom, then it should touch the underlaying stones all the time, and you fill out all the holes. Nothing should be able to move inside the wall.
Because if they hang between 2 stones and the wall is moving, it goes down and pushes the bigger stones out. So
yes.
With time it will.
Yes.
So always to the bottom.
And then we have good surface on the walling, on the facing stones. And that means we have a good facing side that shows that's what we see, this side. It should be flat, and we have a building surface on top of it. We always have to think, when we put the stone there, we must be able to put the next stone on top of that. It must be enough with a surface on that stone, a building surface for the next stone.
Yeah. It's not good if it lays very well there, but it's horrible for the next stone.
Yeah.
So it's impossible to place the next stone on top of it. Then it's not a good stone.
And we have also these sides where they meet the stone next to it. That's also important, that they are not sharp edges, but that they are meeting the other stone well, because if they are like sharp edges, the stone could easily twist like this. Yeah. But if it's a good meeting with the other stone, it can't twist, it will hit that stone instead. So you try to think of all these surfaces and put the stone as tight as possible into the next stone, so this joint is as small as possible. That are some fundamental principles for this dry stone walling, and that's what we're going to talk about today and practice today.
First I will try to lift it, and so I need smaller first. Now I lift it from here to here, and then I put a stone there. Then I maybe can rearrange it and lift more. This side is very dangerous because it drags the stone towards you. You can lift more, but it drags the stone more. So I will build. How does it look now? The line.
The line is, yeah, we need to turn it a little.
Yeah. Now I could use a big one. Maybe I can try that one. We need to look at the line first, and then we... okay. Don't look at that one. Look at this side, because we haven't put this on the right spot.
Oh yeah.
The lines with the one next to Korea there.
Yeah, so it has a
Good line.
good line now.
I would say so.
Yeah. Now I will fill the holes and try to make it as compact as possible. Yeah. The filling is as important than the wheel stones outside, because if you do a good work here but not in the filling, it doesn't matter. And it's always like this, that the stones are always a little bit bigger than you think, and the holes are a little bit smaller than you think. Ooh. Yeah, it's my precious. And now I'm thinking about, I want to lift it up on the edges so I can let it go down like this. And now we have the crowbar. Thank you. Thank you very much. And when you have two tilting sides, you want the stones to be a little bit tilting inwards. So if it collapses inwards and not the other way. We lift it so it gets more leveled, because now it wanna slide out. And this will be a problem later on as well, because we haven't taken care of that stone. But for now we need to build, and we have to take that in consideration. So I will more put it like that and try to get pressure downwards. If you can be okay with that one. This one we can't look at. You have to look. Is it a little bit too much out here? Yeah? Because I want it a little bit more in than this one. But I would like to have and here we see we have a almost perfect fit here, but I would like to have more touching between the stones here, because now it's like Joachim said, it's only on one spot. And so how do we do that? I would love it to, now it lays very good. You can hear it on the sound that it fitted well. It's almost like it's, yeah, a deep sound. Yeah, it's hard to explain, but you can hear when you find a wedge stone, when it fits perfect, you have this on, it says, it feels, then you know this is a very good one. If it's a long fit, then we can maybe lay a little stone first and get one here. And this is very good when you put a wedged stone and it doesn't go outside the stones you're wedging.
Ja, den kändes
Ja. And we should try. Okay. When we can try to get one smaller one beneath it, a thinner. Will be,
like this.
yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. the hole was like this, but could it really be like this? Because that should fit there.
It's tricky here because we only have these stones to choose from, so it's really tricky to get it right, just like you want it. But we will try to do what's best of the situation.
Then we can try to put that one
Over there?
Yeah.
Yes.
And that stone who was laying on top of that.
Yes, there.
Yeah.
And we move that, and we move that on this side. Okay.
Then we can fill.
Then we can fill up the filling in
Yeah.
between after that. Yes, okay. Så, nu är den emot här. So now we are coming to the top of the wall, and we prefer to put small stones to even the surface here on the top. But we also now want to hide these new fresh stones that are really not the same color. So we use some old stones on top, some flat, some round, to even it off at the end here, to cover up these new rocks. We finished the wall for today. We would have preferred smaller stones that you can lift by hand, but this was the wall that we could work with here.
But this was a good wall to see many problems. It was big stone, but we had many examples we can tell and show what's wrong.
This part of the wall we picked down and has put back up, but we didn't have time for this stone that was really the problem from the beginning. It's still as in the same way it was before, with these sloping sides outwards. So it's still a stone that will be a problem. But we had to build the wall anyway. So we did the best we could by putting this stone and try to fool away this surface. So no stone is on this surface. We don't know really how the stones were in the old wall, so we have just used the same stones, used the same facing sides outwards to make it fit in the old wall.
But we have dragged this stone to the side so it fits on top of two stones, because before it was on top of each other, and maybe that's why it also fell out from the beginning. So we tried to build around that.
And this part it's still the same as before. We had to use some of this new material to fill.
Yeah, new stones, because it was many empty spaces inside the wall that we have to fill up because it has gotten wider. And we had straightened up this corner, pushed it a little bit together and tried to make a nicer line, because today when we come here it was very not even. It may have a better look now, I think.
If we had more time, if we had a week or two, then we would have preferred to maybe take more down and put back in the right order to make it look better. But during these circumstances we had today, we could at least fix some of the problems. The most important thing is to understand we have facing stones, we have filling, we wedge every stone. Then to get a good waller, you have to train a lot. You talked about getting the eyes to see right. Now maybe you can see a wall. If a stone is a bit wrong, maybe you have the courage to fix it now.
We managed to do a lot in a short amount of time.
Yes.
So overall, I'm happy with,
Yes.
with the work.
Yes, and we got to fix this part that had been falling down. So
Yeah.
that's good.
Wall is whole now.
Yes,
Maybe not in full size, but it's
it's
whole
okay.
again.
Yeah.